think we're all set. So today, we're going to get started on the floor. So you'll just come down onto your back into a comfortable position. And typically what I like to do is just bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, flatten the back against the floor, bringing the shoulder blades together underneath the heart. And if it feels comfortable in your body, you can just sort of allow the knees and the thighs to come together so that you're not straining to keep them upright. And then just bring your hands to rest somewhere on your torso, allowing the eyes to close, softening the muscles of your face, and giving yourself permission to just be here. Nowhere to be, nothing to do but breathe and be in this space in this moment. So take the next few moments just to drop into that breath. Deep inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. Every breath in, feel the belly rise up towards the ceiling, and on every exhale, feel the belly drop. Allowing any tension in the body to drop with it. And let's take a few big falling out breaths together. You'll take a deep inhale through the nose, fill up your belly, your rib cage, and your chest. And then on the exhale, open your mouth and sigh it out. Big inhale through the nose, fill up belly, ribs, and chest. Deep sigh out through the mouth. Last time, big inhale, fill up. Deep exhale, let it go. And you're going to extend your legs out long. Reach your arms up over your head like you're taking a full body good morning stretch. Reach through your fingertips and your toes. Deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll curl up into a little ball, just hugging your knees in towards your chest and wrapping your arms around your shins. Take a rock from side to side. Massaging the low back into the floor. And then support your knees as you let them drop over to the left, just taking an easy twist. Take your gaze out over your right shoulder. Deep breath in here, and a deep breath out. One more full inhale, full exhale. Gently bring the knees through center. Carry them over to the other side, so knees fall to the right. Gaze shifts out over your left shoulder. Easy breath in through the nose, and a breath out through the nose. Next, inhale, bring the knees back through center. Take those little circles. Again, just massaging out the sacrum, the low back, pressing it into the floor. And then reach both feet straight up toward the ceiling, so you're creating an L shape with your body. Flex your toes back towards your shins, so you feel a little bit of a stretch on the backs of the legs. And then we'll kind of toggle between the two, pointing the toes and then flexing the feet, just so we get into the ankles, some of that connective tissue in the tops of the feet and the shins. Maybe take circles with the toes, rolling out the ankles. Then you're going to bring your left foot back down to the floor. You can bend the knee, and then wrap your hands around the back of your right thigh. So keeping that right leg nice and straight, flexing the toes. You'll start to pull on the back of the leg just to bring it a little bit closer to your face. And it might not go very far, just far enough to feel that deep stretch in the hamstring. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. One more, inhale and exhale. And then bend your right leg, and you're gonna squeeze your heel in towards your seat, hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then just let the knee fall out to the side. So it's kind of this weird open hip stretch with the left knee bent. And then just giving a little bit of fluid moving around in that hip joint. You can take the right knee in circles in one direction and then the other. And just kind of notice how that pulls on your low back a little bit, just creating some movement and some fluid in the low back. So bringing the right knee back in towards the chest, bring the left knee to meet it, and then we'll just switch sides. So right foot will come down to the floor, left leg will extend straight up toward the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind the back of your left thigh, flex your left toes, and then start to pull your leg a little closer to your chest, as if you're trying to tap your toes over your head, which is not going to happen today, and that's okay. That's not the intention. Just a nice, easy stretch on the back of the leg. Deep breath in. Maybe pull a little closer on the breath out. Good. One more inhale and exhale. And then you'll bend that left knee, just hug the heel in towards your seat, hugging the knee in towards the chest, and then allow that leg to just kind of rock out to the left side. And finding this open shape in the hips on the left. And then we'll take that knee in little circles in one direction and then the other. You might get some creaks or some pops, and that's totally normal. That's why we're here. And then hug both knees back into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And then find your way up to a seated position. So maybe you just rock right up, cross your legs. If crossing the legs isn't very accessible, you can just extend your legs out in front of you. It doesn't really matter. But sitting up really tall, lengthening through the spine, crown of the head reaches high toward the ceiling. Root down through the bones of your seat. Drop your shoulders down your back. And take a full breath in through your nose. Open your mouth side out. One more full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, reach the arms straight up toward the sky. They're going to drop your right hand down next to your right hip. Reach your left arm up and over your head, looking up underneath your left arm. So finding this deep side body stretch, pushing that left hip down into the floor, left fingertips reach right overhead. Take a big inhale as you come up through center, and then exhale, switch sides. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and overhead, side body stretch. One more full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, come back through center, reach both arms straight up toward the ceiling. This time we're going to take it into a twist. So left hand comes to the right thigh, right hand lands behind the back. Press down into the floor as you reach high through the spine, and then exhale, twist, look over that right shoulder. Inhales to sit up tall. Exhales, press and twist. The next inhale, come through center, reach both hands straight up. Exhale, other side, right hand to left thigh, left hand to the floor behind you. Sit up tall on your breath in, twist and squeeze on your breath out. Really keeping the chest open, the chin lifted, the heart lifted. One more full round of breath in and out. And come back through center, reach both hands high toward the sky. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna fall forward, drop your head and neck, allow the upper back to sort of round. Drop your chin in towards your chest. And maybe give your head a rock from side to side, releasing any tension in the back of the neck. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then from here, you're going to come to a tabletop position. So maybe you just roll over the legs, plant your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Fingers spread nice and wide. Low belly hugs in slightly just to support the back. Tuck your toes under. And then as you inhale, you'll drop your belly, lift your heart, lift your tailbone for cow pose. As you exhale, press the floor away, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the back, look back at your knees. A few more just like that. Inhales to open the heart. Exhales to round through the spine. And then you might incorporate a few organic movements. Maybe you shimmy the shoulders from left to right or rock the hips. You can jump rope the spine in one direction and then the other. But really layering in the breath. And then come back to a neutral spine, so just a nice flat tabletop, pressing through the finger pads. Tuck your toes under, pressing through the balls of your feet. And then you're going to reach your right hand out in front of you, reach your left toes back behind you, finding this spinal balance. For brownie points, you can lift your left toes off of the floor, find even more of a balance between left and right, really extending in opposite directions. And then as you exhale, you can pull elbow to knee, crunch it in. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, pull everything in, round your spine. One more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze it in. And then just simply release back down. We'll switch sides. Left hand reaches forward. Right toes reach back. You can keep them tucked under the whole time if you need to, but for a little extra work, you can reach your right heel up to hip height. So you're extending in both directions, finding a little bit more of a challenge with the balance. Big inhale for extension. Exhale, hug everything in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it long. Last time, hug it in. And then release everything down. Regular tabletop. We'll rinse that out with a cow and a cat. So drop your belly, breathe in. Round your spine, breathe out. Come back to cow pose, and then we're just going to transition into a child's pose. So take the knees really wide, bring your big toes together, and then sink your seat into your heels. Reach your fingertips forward, bring your forehead down to the floor. You can relax the elbows down if that feels more accessible, and the shoulders. Give your forehead a rock from side to side, massaging out that little space in between the eyebrows. You're going to keep your legs and your seat exactly where they are, but you're going to walk both hands over to the left, creating this deep stretch down the right side of the rib cage. So getting really long from the right pinky finger all the way down to the right hip crease. Relax your forehead on the floor. Press your hips into your heels. One more full inhale. And exhale. Roll through center, take it to the other side. So both hands over to the right. Heels sink back, or hips sink back and down toward the heels, finding this lengthening down the left side of the torso. Relax the forehead down, lengthen the back of the neck. Deep breath into the left side of the rib cage. And come back through center, back to child's pose with the hands extended out in front of you. And then you're going to bring your hands together in prayer. Bend your elbows, bring your thumbs toward the back of your neck, or right in between the shoulder blades. So you can kind of creep your elbows forward to stretch through the triceps, melting the heart down towards the floor. So just finding an extra stretch in the shoulders and the backs of the arms. And bring your hands back out in front of you. Look forward towards your hands, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog, finding this upside down V shape. And you can adjust your stance a little bit. Maybe bend the knees or pedal out the feet if the hamstrings or the backs of the legs are particularly tight. Shake your head yes and no. Really spreading through the fingers, rooting down to the palms of the hands. Start to reach your heels down toward the floor. Again, bending your knees as much as you need to. Heart reaches back towards the thighs. And on your next inhale, you'll shift forward and come all the way down onto your belly. So this is going to be fun. So hopefully you can see me. You'll bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Take your feet about hips width. Press down into all 10 toenails so the tops of the feet are really flat into the floor. And then as you inhale, you'll press into your hands, lift the head, neck, and chest off of the floor and squeeze your elbows in towards your ribs for a baby cobra. So the more you press into your hands, the less strain you're going to have on the low back. But for an additional challenge, you can also hover the hands off of the floor so you'll really feel the backside of the body engage, feel those big muscles in the back turn on. So take one more big breath in, one more big breath out, come down, tap your forehead down, rock it from side to side. So we're going to do that again, but this time you're going to press into your hands actively and start to straighten your arms just as much as you can. Not too far, you don't want to hurt yourself. Pressing down through the tops of your feet, pushing the heart through the upper arms, lengthening through the back of the neck. Big inhale, big exhale, come down. Sorry about that. One more big inhale, come all the way up, straighten through your arms. And exhale, come all the way back down. Rock your forehead from side to side. So while we're here, we'll get a shoulder stretch in as well. You're going to take your hands out to a capital T shape. Rest on your right ear so you're looking over at your left hand. And then you're going to bend your left foot, bring your left hand in towards your shoulder, and you're going to roll over onto your right hip and kickstand your left foot behind you. So I know that was a lot of cues and a lot of lefts and rights, but essentially you're stacking the left side of your body on top of the right side to stretch this right shoulder. So just pressing and rocking yourself over. We'll do this on both sides. Relax the head down toward the floor. Feel that stretch on the shoulder and the chest. One more round of breath here. And then we'll switch sides. So slowly unravel yourself, come back through center, come back to that capital T shape. You can rest the forehead for a moment. And then you'll take the gaze out over towards your right hand, so you're resting on your left ear. You'll pull that right hand in underneath your shoulder, bend your right knee so the foot reaches up toward the ceiling, and then you'll press into that right hand, roll yourself over onto your left hip, and the right foot will kickstand behind you. So you're feeling the stretch on the left shoulder, left side of the chest. Relax the head down toward the floor. Deep, deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and roll back through center. Bring both hands underneath the shoulders. We'll take that baby cobra pose once more, lifting the heart, pressing down through the tops of the feet. Feel the back side of the body engage, squeezing the elbows in towards the ribs. And then exhale, come all the way back down. Press back to your child's pose. Hips to heels, knees nice and wide, forehead to the floor, hands extended out in front. So just resting here. Noticing how you feel. Listen to the breath. Notice any sensations in the body. Take one more big inhale here. Deep exhale. And inhale, press back up to a tabletop position just to transition back to your seat. And then you'll extend your legs straight out in front of you, about hips width apart. Bend your knees just a little bit so the legs are soft. And then you're just hinge forward from your hips as if you're closing a book. And hands can rest by your sides, by your legs. You can reach for your toes if you want to, but no prize if you get there. It's really about extending out of the hips, lengthening through the spine, reaching the heart forward. Deep inhale. See if you can fold a little bit deeper on the exhale. And then you're going to come back up, but you're going to pull your left foot in with you. So the sole of the left foot will come to the inside of the right thigh. Adjust your seat so that you feel balanced between left and right. And sit up really tall. You're going to pivot so that your belly button comes in line with your right kneecap. And then again, hinging forward as if you're closing a book. So keeping the spine really long, avoiding that tendency to round in the upper back just to reach for the foot. I'd rather you stay more upright and engaged than try to hunch over just to reach your toes. So reaching the heart forward, reaching the crown of the head forward, spine stays long, holding just far enough to feel that stretch in the back of the right leg and the left side of the low back, this big QL muscle here. Inhales to lengthen, exhales to deepen into the shape just a little bit, even if it's just in your head. And slowly come back upright. And then you're gonna bring your knee up toward the ceiling. So just bringing the sole of the foot to the floor. You've got about, I don't know, a fist width in between the left foot and the right knee. And you're gonna take your right arm to the outside of your left knee, twist over to the left. So looking over the left shoulder. If this is way too deep, you can just wrap your right arm around your left thigh and look over that left shoulder for a twist. One more breath in and a breath out. And come through center, and we'll just switch sides. So extending the left leg out long, bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Again, adjusting the seat so you're sort of rocked forward on the pelvis. Rooting down through the bones of your seat. Pivot so the belly button comes in line with that left kneecap this time, flexing the toes. Hinging forward from the hips, reach the heart forward, reach the crown of the head long. And just folding far enough to feel that stretch on the back of the left leg and the right side of the low back. One more breath in and a breath out. And slowly make your way back up. Bring the sole of your right foot to the floor, a little bit of space between your right foot and your left thigh. Sitting up really tall, the right hand's gonna come behind you. The left arm might slide in between to find that really deep twist, or it can wrap around the right thigh as you look over your right shoulder for the twist. Either variation is fine. One is just a little bit deeper than the other. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And come back through center. Bring the soles of both feet to the floor. You're gonna make your way back down onto your back where we started. Just a few more shapes to strengthen the low back. So walk your heels in as close to your seat as you can get them. Wiggle your shoulder blades together underneath your heart. You might be able to just barely graze your heels with your fingertips, maybe not, but they're close. And then from here, you're going to press into your feet, lift your hips up toward the ceiling to find a bridge pose. So really engaging the glutes and the hamstrings to lift the seat, pressing down through the balls of the feet and the heels, opening through the heart. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the hips down with you. We'll do that one more time. Next inhale, press down through your feet. Lift your hips as high as they'll go. Soften your jaw and the muscles of your face. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Last big inhale, press down. And then exhale, come all the way back down. Hug your knees back into your chest. Find that nice little ball, that round shape, rocking from side to side. Take the knees in circles if that feels good. And then you can extend your legs out long, setting yourself up for your final pose of rest, Shavasana. Taking the heels long, let the toes flop out to the sides. Keep the shoulder blades under the heart to keep the chest nice and open. And then the hands can just fall by the sides with the palms facing up toward the ceiling. Or if you desire a little bit more connection, bring your hands to your belly or your heart. Allow the eyes to close. Relax the jaw, relax the eyebrows. Soften into the breath. Feel the shoulders drop down. Feel the tension drop with them. And if the mind seems really busy, just focus on the rise and fall of your breath. Feel the weight of your body as it presses into the floor. And then feel the support of the floor as it presses back into you. Nothing to do, nowhere to be but here, right now, in this space, your body, your breath. Take a few more moments here in stillness, just breathing. Soaking up these last little moments of peace. Take a huge breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Another deep inhale, fill up the body. Deep exhale out through the mouth. Last full round of breath, inhale and exhale. And start to welcome some little movements into your body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling out the ankles and the wrists. Open and close the jaw. Rock your head from side to side. And as slowly as you need to, make your way to a comfortable seat. You can roll over onto one side and press yourself up, keeping your eyes closed for as long as you can. And once you find your seat, sitting up nice and tall, drop the shoulders down the back. Keep your jaw and your eyebrows soft. Deep breath in together, fill up. Deep sigh out through the mouth. Bring your left hand over your heart, and then your right hand over your left. Last moment just to connect with yourself. A moment of gratitude for dedicating this time just for you. One more breath into that. Inhale and exhale. Namaste.